We're going to try and... We're gonna put them in a tier. Now, this isn't like the tier list we've done in the past where we try and figure out where they're going to lose. Because otherwise, it's going to get a little complicated. So I made it simplified a little bit more. So we're gonna just basically just chuck a bunch of players in the tier list in different categories. Now, here are the categories for this tier list. We've got champion. Now, obviously, there can only be one champ, but we can put like 2 or 3 players in there. Who's got champion, Wimbledon champion status? You know, there's probably a couple of players, right? Who could win Wimbledon is basically where that is. The dark horses. So who are the players that are outside of the top of the top of the tree, but it still could win Wimbledon? It wouldn't be that big of a surprise. A surprise run. We're going to pick some players that might surprise us this tournament and do well. The players that we think are going to be, okay, they're probably going to make a 3rd round or 4th round and lose, or lose 1st round, so about right. And then we're going to pick early upsets. So upsets are unexpected losses. So for example, Sakkari would be about right if she lost in the 1st round. Early upset wouldn't be, I mean, you know what I mean? So an early upset is someone who we didn't expect. We're going to have to try and predict some upsets as well. Some players that we think are going to do well, and maybe we're going to guess that they might lose earlier. Here are the players. We've got Osaka, Putintseva, Krejcikova, Gauff, Rybakina, Keys, Yastremska, Andreescu, Mukova, Fernandez, Siniakova, Dajmaya, Kerber, Garcia, Samsonova, Andreeva, Ostapenko. We've got Zhang, Bolter, Sakkari, Noskova, Pegula, Kalinskaya, Vondrousova, Paolini, Alexandrova, Kenin. We've got Dasha, Badosa, Kostyuk, Svitolina, Jabeur, Collins, Sabalenka, Raducanu, Castella, Swiatek, Navarro, Pavlyuchenkova, and Azarenka. So let's start with Osaka. Where should we put Osaka? Where should we put Osaka, chat? What do you reckon first up? Where should we put Osaka at? Osaka's unseeded. So where do you think she should be? Now remember, a dark horse is somebody who could win the whole thing. So remember, if we put her in dark horse, it means that she could win Wimbledon. And she's not seeded, so it would be a pretty big shock if she won. Now, about right. So if you say about right, I think 3rd or 4th round is what we expect. So like kind of about right is basically what I think it is does what we expected. Right? She's about right. Gets to the 3rd round, 4th round, maybe loses. Or does she have a surprise run and make it to the quarterfinals and semis and beat like Gauff along the way? Surprise run. Champion? You think she's one of the favorites? Actually, we're going to change this to favorites. About right. Surprise run. Okay, we'll put her in surprise run. If I look at the draw real quick. So a surprise run. So where is she? She's got to beat players like, she's got Azarenka, Pliskova, Gauff around her section. So if she made the quarterfinals, that'd be a bit of a surprise, considering Gauff's there, Azarenka, Pliskova, Stevens. I think if she, surprise run's probably right. About right would be 3rd round or 4th round loss. Would be about right. Because we'd expect her to lose to Gauff, but have a good, okay run. Surprise would be going further than we think. I like it. Putintseva. What do we put Putintseva? Where do we put Putintseva? Dark horse is someone who makes it to like the final or, one of the underdogs to win the whole thing. So someone like Madison Keys would be a dark horse because someone who, if she won Wimbledon, we'd be like, wow, that's crazy. But also like, she's just outside the favorites. It's almost like the second favorites. Early upset for Putintseva. A surprise run. A lot more people are saying, I think about right. I think she'll lose. She'll probably end up losing to Siniakova or she'll lose to Swiatek. That's about right. She'll probably lose in the 3rd or 4th round. All right. Krejcikova. Now, chat. She has got Kudermetova in the first round. If she loses, would that be an upset? I feel like it would be an upset because Kudermetova's been terrible too. Or do you think that she could make it early upset? All right, everyone's just spamming it. Okay. She's out. Coco Gauff. Now, this is a tough one because she's number 2 in the world. Is Coco Gauff a favorite for Wimbledon? Or is she, if she won Wimbledon, it would be unexpected considering the favorites are probably Sabalenka, Rybakina. Is she the favorite? Is she a favorite? I think she might be technically 4th favorite. And I guess the thing is, if she wins it, would it be surprising? Probably not, right? It wouldn't be as surprising as if someone like a Vondi winning it again, right? All right, we'll put Gauff as one of the favorites. All right. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe she's just behind the favorites. But no, I think you got to put her in the favorite. If she won it, I don't think we'd all be shocked. You know, dark horses are the ones that were like unexpected champions. I think if she won, we wouldn't be like, whoa, that was so weird. Gauff winning it, I think, is to be expected. Same with Rybakina. I think Rybakina is the favorite, in my opinion. With the Swiatek not playing on grass and Sabalenka injured, I think these two are probably the favorites. Gauff's got some form. Rybakina is Rybakina. All right, Madison Keys. Now, Madison Keys is the perfect example of someone who, if she won it, would be a shock, but also could win it, I think. So what do you think, chat? Where should we put Keys? Is Keys on a surprise run, or is she a dark horse? About right? You think Keys is not going to... Like, about right is sort of like mid-tournament. Or like first week and a half. Like, I don't know. I feel like about right, I think dark horse would be way more... Like, if she could win the whole thing. She's got a good draw. She's got a good game. She could get to the final and play Rybakina, and that could be something interesting. In fact, didn't we pick her to make the final? I think we did. Okay, Yastremska. Yastremska's an interesting one. Where do we put Yastremska? By the way, we're going to save this list, and we're going to go through it every day of Wimbledon. And we're going to cross off names and do ticks and crosses and stuff. So we're going to remember to save this list. About right. So where is Yastremska? Because I don't think she's getting further than where she... Where is she? So she's in the Sabalenka section. So do you reckon she makes it to a 3rd round? About right? Yeah, I don't think she'll lose first round, but I think she'll probably lose 2nd or 3rd, 4th round, maybe. About right sounds about right. Pardon me. Andreescu. Ooh, okay. Well, what about Bianca Andreescu? This is a tough one. See, the unseeded and the lower-ranked players, they're the ones that are going to be tough to pick. Andreescu, let me give you some background. So she is currently in the draw. And she is around Noskova, Paolini 3rd round, Keys in a 4th round. Now, if she made it to the 4th round and played Keys, that would be a surprise. About right would be losing to Noskova or Paolini. So 2nd or 3rd round would be about right for an unseeded player. But 4th round would be a bit of a surprise. So is she going to be a surprise run? Maybe play Keys in the 4th round, which would be surprising because Paolini's there, right? Or would she lose to Paolini and maybe 2nd round, 3rd round, about right? Or is she going to lose to Christian 1st round and be an early upset? Because I think she loses 1st round, we're going to be all shocked with that. What do you reckon, chat? About right for Bianca? Surprise run? Early upset? Andreescu surprise run? About right. Okay, we'll put her in about right. Because I don't know if she's going to beat Noskova and Paolini. But then again, maybe she makes the 4th round and we should have put her in here. But that's all right. We'll about right. Okay. I think a surprise run. I mean, look, if she beats Keys, makes the quarters. That would be crazy. Mukova. Mukova's a tough one. She got Badosa 1st round. If she beats Badosa, she'll play Andreeva. And if she beats Andreeva, she'll play Kazatkina. Early upset. I mean, it's not really. Isn't it an upset if she lost to Badosa? I feel like she can't really be. If she lost first round, that's about right. I don't think she can be early upset. Surprise run? You reckon she can go on a surprise run? Badosa could beat Mukova. Badosa is so inconsistent. Could be a surprise run or upset, depending on health. Mukova early upset. I don't think, like, if she lost to Badosa in the first round, I don't think that would be an upset, though. So, again, I don't think she can be suited to early upset. I think she would, like, if she lost first round to Badosa, that'd be about right. But if she beats Badosa and lost in the second round, I think she'll probably lose early. Realistically, her wrist was sore after 2 matches in Eastbourne. Yeah, if she lost in the second round or third round, I think that's about right. I mean, surprise run would be if she made it. Let me see where she would. Okay, so surprise run for her would be she plays Sabalenka in a 4th round, or she makes the quarterfinals. But like, yeah, if she, I mean, I don't trust her wrist. I think her wrist will. I mean, she might not even play tomorrow. Like, she might not play tomorrow. She might withdraw during the match tomorrow. I think about right's where she should be. We'll put her here just a bit closer. All right, Fernandez. Fernandez is... Ooh, she's in the Rybakina section. So, okay, so early upset would be she lost to Bronzetti or Parks in the second round. About right would be playing Rybakina. Like, we're expecting that to happen. That's about right. If she makes it to the 4th round or the quarterfinals and beats Rybakina to do it, that's a surprise. And then a dark horse is if she, like, gets to the final. Or, like is a chance to win it all. I don't think she's a dark horse. I think early upset, really? I'm thinking about right. I don't think she beats Rybakina, but also don't think she loses first round or second round. Like, she will make the 3rd round and get overpowered. Upset to Bronzetti? Bloody hell, really? I don't think she beats Rybakina. But she probably gets to the 3rd round, which is what we expect. Siniakova. Now, this is an interesting one, because she has Swiatek in a 3rd round. Does Siniakova go on a surprise run and beat Swiatek? Could she do it? Could she do that? Could she make the 4th round? And then maybe even the quarters. I mean, that would be she has to beat Swiatek. Can she beat Swiatek? Semi-finals for Siniakova. Crazy. She can? All right. We'll put her in the surprise run. Haddad Maia. By the way, Siniakova might play Putin-Seva in a 2nd round. So, I mean, just remember that. Haddad Maia. She is... She is with Collins and Vondi. This is a tough one because she's... About right. Early upset. Okay, so who does she have early that... Would she lose? Frere? Or Davis or Osorio? I don't think she's losing before the 3rd round. Does she lose to Frere in the 1st round? I don't think so. Now, if she lost to Collins in the 3rd round, that's about right. Vondi in the 4th round, that's about right. Could she go on a run? 3rd round, loses to Collins, you reckon? Okay. All right, we'll put her on about right. I was going to say, like, I could see her, like, if she beats Collins, she's probably made the quarters. Because Vondi's there, which I don't think we trust, and then she plays, like, the Swiatek section in a quarterfinal. But she hasn't done anything lately on grass, so I guess that's probably a bit of a bummer. All right, Kerber. Now, Kerber plays Putin-Seva in the 1st round. If she lost to Putin-Seva or... I feel like I'll let you go. Kerber, if she lost in the 1st round, it wouldn't be an upset. If she lost in the 2nd round, it wouldn't be an upset. if she went on to make the 4th round or even the quarterfinals, that would be a surprise. So what do we reckon? About right? I'll put it in about right. All right. What about Garcia? Ooh, now Garcia has got a very tricky draw. Blinkova 1st round. Ostapenko 3rd round. Potapova 2nd round. Swiatek 4th round. Early upset? I mean, chat, you're saying it. Blinkova's tough. She could lose in the first rounds. And, like, she's the favorite to beat Blinkova. So she's expected to win. But I could see her being upset in the first round. Her and Krejcika are on the same level. We'll get to Penko in a second, but... All right, what about Samsonova? She is... Kalinskaya 3rd round, and then Rybakina 4th round. Oh, man, I could put her in early upset too. I don't trust her. Surprise run, really, for Samsonova. Okay. She beats Rybakina to make the quarters. That would be a surprise run. She's higher ranked than Kalinskaya. So if she beats Kalinskaya, it's probably a 50-50 to begin with. Early upset Samsonova, she'll get far. Because we all expect her to lose first round, it'll be a surprise. Savage. I think it's about right. I think she'll probably make it to the 3rd or 4th round. She might lose to Kalinskaya, she might lose to Rybakina, but she won't. I don't think she'll beat both, but she'll play at least one of them. She'll get to at least that round. I don't think she's losing early. Unless she lost in the 2nd round to Avanesian, but she's apparently injured. Okay, now we'll go to Andreeva. Andreeva has got a tricky draw. Andreeva has got a tough draw. Fruhvirtova, Mukova, Badosa, or Kasatkina, all in the first few rounds. Andreeva's surprise run. I mean, surprise run would be taking Sabalenka's quarterfinal spot. A dark horse to win? That's insane. Early upset? About right. All right. I think about right. I think she'll probably beat a couple of players, but she'll end up losing to Kasatkina or Sabalenka if she plays. She'll probably lose 3rd or 4th round. I can't put her in dark horse category, but I think she'll go further than her seed. Okay. Yeah, I think she'll make 4th round. She could beat Dasher on the way. Hopefully not. All right. Penko. Oh, God. She plays Tomanovic in the first round. And then she has a very awkward draw before Swiatek. It's either surprise run or early upset. I feel like there's no in between. She's either going to make the quarters or she's going to lose early. I mean, there's no... With Penko, it's all or nothing. There's no like, oh, she made the 3rd round. It's like she's going to either make it far or lose first round. Is she going to lose first round? Is that what we're saying? Or is she going to make it to the quarters by beating Swiatek? I feel like that's the only two things. A lot of people saying upset. She's more likely to get upset before playing Swiatek, right? She's just not trustworthy. I don't know. Convince me otherwise, chat. Surprise run, maybe. Look, if she gets out of the first 2 rounds, she probably makes the semis. Oh, God. I think being a Swiatek's draw would be motivation. I really don't know about this one. I don't either. Penko hasn't been convincing on grass for this season so far. Upset the AO was a fluke. Surprise run or upset. I know, right? Penko, surprise run? Chat, do we back Penko for a surprise run? Hasn't been good, but doesn't need the form. Is it going to be Siniakova, like, Penko in a 4th round or something? That would be a surprise. Do we put her there as surprise run? Dark horse Penko? That's too much. All right, let's leave her in there. Hey, we got to make some bold predictions. Surprise run, we'll go with surprise run. It's easy to say she'll lose, but let's figure it out. All right, Zhang. Ooh, now Zhang's a tough one too because Zhang has got a good draw for her, but also not really proven on grass. I don't know who she... Early upset would be like losing before the 4th round. Like, Zhang should not lose until the 4th round, potentially against someone more experienced on grass. I don't know if Zhang's going to make the 4th round. I don't know if she's going to lose early. I don't think she goes on a surprise run. I don't think... A surprise run would be Zhang getting to the semis. Because, like, beating Sakari, that's not a surprise. Beating Alexandrova, okay, not really. But beating Sabalenka to make the semis, that's a surprise. So she kind of has to do a lot to be a surprise. Because if she gets to her draw, no one's going to be shocked because her draw is pretty open. She's got way more of a downside than an upside, I think. About right? All right, we'll go about right. So if she makes it to the 3rd or 4th round, it's about right. I could put her in early upset, which would be like 2nd round, but we'll put her in here. Katie Bolter. Bolter plays... Where's she at? I saw her before. Bolter plays Pegula in the 3rd round. Could Bolter make a run? Beats Pegula, makes the quarters? Surprise run for Bolter. I trust Bolter more than most. Upset? You reckon she's going to get upset? She'll lose to Pegula, so that's about right. If she lost to Pegula, it'd be about right. I could put Bolter in surprise run. I think she could do something. Make a 4th round, set the tabloids on fire and get everyone excited. She did beat Pegula at Eastbourne. Did she? No, that was Raducanu who did that. Bolter's already beaten Pegula this year as well. All right, I trust Bolter as a surprise. I reckon she could do something. She could do something special. I wouldn't put her as a dark horse. That's a little much. But I think she could do... I think she could make it... Like, she could beat Pegula, take her spot in the draw, and make it to the 4th round of quarterfinals, and you know, get everyone excited. Maria Sakkari. I mean, do we trust Maria Sakkari to do anything more than lose in the 1st round, 2nd round? I don't know. Early upset. Yeah, I don't. There's nothing to show that she's gonna do better than that. A favorite. She might be your favorite, but we're talking about the tournament. Okay, Noskova. She is in the Pellini draw. She's got Andreescu as well. Keys in a 4th round. About right? Okay. So what, like 3rd round, maybe? 2nd, 3rd, 4th round, maybe? Yeah, I don't think she's making it past the quarterfinals. Pegula. Oh, okay. This is an interesting one. Pegula. Is Pegula a dark horse? Is she a dark horse to win Wimbledon? I feel like she could. Like, if she won Wimbledon, we'd all be surprised, but probably not really. Like, it wouldn't be the surprise of the year. It wouldn't be like Vondi last year, right? She can't be a dark horse. Why not? No. By the way, don't get it twisted. Just because we put... This is not like a... I hate it when this happens. We don't have to be like, well, Bolter's going to get a surprise run, so Ben Pegula can't do this. It doesn't really matter how this goes. We're not going to get them all right. That's what the tier list is for. Like, there's no right answer. So we're not going to... I don't know how we're going to, like, tick off the boxes. But, like, we're not going to be like, well, Bolter can't make it past Pegula, so we have to change things. We can put Pegula at dark horse and Bolter as a surprise run. We can do both of those things. It doesn't matter. About right? Well, about right would be losing in the 4th round, I guess. Surprise run? You reckon a surprise run would... I feel like she's a dark horse. Because if she made the semis, would we be surprised? If she made the final, would we be surprised? Or, like, about right? But a dark horse... So if she does what we think she will, we put her in about right. But if she wins the whole thing, then she's a dark horse. Alright, we'll put her in about right. Chat spoken. So if she makes it to the second week, that's what we expect. We're not expecting her to do any more. We'll put her there. We'll see what happens. Top 5 dark horse. Yeah, I think the favorites are sort of like... Yeah, that's true, you're right. I don't think she's a favorite. But she's probably not a dark horse, is she? Because she is top 5, you're right. You are right. You're right. Giveaway? Some of you guys are just coming in here just for free shit. Join in the activities, we'll get to it. We'll get to it in later. By the way, it's not $200,000. Somebody said like, oh, 200K I could do with that. No. The giveaway is not for 200K. It's not money. We're not giving away money. It's a 200,000 subscriber giveaway. Next, Kalinskaya, dark horse. You reckon Kalinskaya is a dark horse? Now that's an interesting conversation. Kalinskaya would have to be... is she a dark horse? She got Rybakina in her part of the draw. And Pegula and Jabeur. Surprise run? I reckon surprise run. I reckon she could... If she beats Rybakina, that would be a surprise. But is she like one of the players just... Is she with Keys? Like if she won Wimbledon, would we be a surprise? I mean, Keys is like... It's hard. Dark horse is a hard category to fill. It's a hard one to determine too. It's not one of the favorites, but it's also not a surprise if they win. Is Kalinskaya more likely to... I feel like it's got to be a surprise run. Well, if she made the quarterfinals and beat Rybakina, who's one of the favorites, that would be a surprise. Ooh, Vondi. Ooh, okay, now it's going to get tough. Vondi. God damn it. How do we pick Vondi? What do we do with Vondi? Is she going to defend her title? Where do we put Vondi? Is Vondi making it to the 4th round to play Collins? Is that where she's going? Early upset? Surprise run? I mean, surprise run for Vondi would be making it to another semi. Or making it, like, you know, to the second week, like quarterfinals or beyond. She lost to Collins, so about right. Early upset. Vondi, early upset, 100%. Okay, a lot of you are saying early upset, all right? All right, that's a big call, but we'll make it. Palini. Where are we putting Palini? Palini is in the Keys section of the draw. Noskova, Andreescu. Palini 3rd or 4th round would be about right, I think. Is she making it to the 3rd or 4th round? Is she losing earlier? Is she winning more? I feel about right. I think she'll lose to... If she lost to Keys, that would be probably about right. All right. Now we've got Alexandrova. Ooh. She got Raducanu in the 1st round. Alexandrova, I think, is an early upset. If she lost to Raducanu in the first round, it would be an upset. Or would it? Or would it be? Or would it not be an upset? I don't know. Dark horse to win. Alexandrova, the dark horse to win? Crazy. She's about right. Okay, so if she lost to Raducanu, that would be about right. On paper, it's an upset, though. True. Alright, we'll put her in early upset. Kenin. I feel like Kenin's about right. Because she's playing Swiatek first round. I think if she lost, you'd be like, yeah, okay, she lost to Swiatek. Alright, Dasha. Oh, I hate this. I don't want to talk about Dasha. Chat. About right for Dasha? I think about right. I think, look, if she makes it... we're kind of banking on Sabalenka losing for her to actually do something. And I think she'll probably lose third, fourth round, Dasha. Realistically, third or fourth round she'll lose. She might have a surprise run if Sabalenka loses, but let's just assume that Sabalenka's not going to lose at this stage. Badosa. Ooh. Badosa. Where? Badosa Mukova first round? I think Badosa is a surprise. Could go on a surprise run. I think Badosa could be fourth round. Play Sabalenka, maybe, or maybe even a quarterfinal. I mean, Mukova... She plays Mukova first round. I don't know. What do you chat? What do you think, chat? Badosa. Either upset or surprise run. Mukova beats Badosa early. So we're putting her about right, I guess. Kostyuk. Where are we putting Kostyuk? She's got keys in the third round. She's got a couple of tough matches early as well, potentially. Is she an upset, early upset, or is she about right? Where is she in this equation? Early upset or about right? All right, early upset. Svitolina. Where is Svitolina? She is with Jabeur. Jabeur, Pegula, Bolter in her section. Svitolina is an interesting one. It's probably only two categories. About right would be a third round to Jabeur. Or would she... Is she a chance of making it as a surprise run? But then again, does she lose to... She beat Jabeur, lose to Pegula. That's about right. She'd have to make the quarters to make it a surprise. Because remember last year she made the semis, right? It'd have to be a pretty good... Like, she'd have to make it to the quarterfinals to be a surprise. And I don't think she beats both of them. And then Bolter's there too. I mean, Bolter's... Alright. About right. She'll probably lose on the weekend. Jabeur. Now, this is an interesting one. Because Ons, I guess, if she doesn't make the fourth round, it's an upset. Maybe. I mean, if she lost to Svitolina, maybe an upset. She's one of the favorites. You guys are... This is why... Okay. She's one of the favorites because why? Why? Because she made 2 finals in a row? Okay. Fair enough. But also, what has she done lately? You got to remember that. I mean, we didn't put Vondi as the favorite, and she was the finalist. She's won the thing last year. She deserves a title. Well, this is not like... We're not picking who deserves the title. We're not picking, like, we're not just picking, like, oh, but it's not a charity. There's no charity category. I know she might be your favorite, but that's different to, like, the favorite to win the tournament. She's not a favorite to win the tournament. She might be a dark horse, though. She might be a dark horse. Because if she won, considering her being number 10 in the world right now, it would be a bit of a surprise considering that her draw is not as good. Oh, sorry, her draw sucks a little bit too, right? It wouldn't be a surprise if she made it to the semis, because she's been there, right? So there's no surprise run. But she could be a dark horse. Or is she going to lose in the 4th round to Pegula? I think Jabeur could be a dark horse this year because she's definitely not the favorite. And she's got a much tougher draw. And she's in a much worse position than last year when it comes to form. And by the way, making 3 finals in a row, that's really tough. Like, back-to-back finals, okay. 3 finals in a row, I mean, that's something else. Jabeur's in form, where? I think if she won, it would be a bit of a surprise. I think her and Keys are dark horses. I think that's a good... look, I don't think she'll have a surprise run. She's got a couple of tough players, but she did prove last year. But also, her winning would be a shock. Like, she's not a favorite. She's not the favorite. She's got way too many tough players to win. But she could be, if she gets through 1 or 2 of them, like Keys, right? I think they're a dark horse. I think they're both dark horses, and I think Jabeur's a dark horse this year. Okay, Collins. Now, Collins is in an interesting section. Collins is an interesting one. Because Collins is in the Swiatek quarter. Now, she's got Vondi there, Hadaj Krejcikova, Ostapenko, Swiatek, and then Rybakina in the semis. And remember, she has a good record against Rybakina. Is she a dark horse as well? Like Collins winning Wimbledon? Surprise run? If she makes the semis, okay, surprise run. Okay. I'll tell you why. Because she hasn't played any grass court tennis. I think she's a dark horse for the US Open. Like, if we did this thing for the US Open, Collins would be a dark horse for that, but I don't think for grass. I don't think she's a dark horse for grass. I think she could go on a surprise run, beat a couple of big names, or make it to the semis or whatever. Play Rybakina in the semis, but I don't think she's probably not going to win Wimbledon. But she could go on a good run, though. Okay, Sabalenka. I mean, easy, right? Favorite? Even with an injury, she's still one of the favorites. Emma Raducanu. I think, look, Raducanu winning a couple of matches is probably about right. A surprise run would be her making it to the quarterfinals, I guess. What's her draw look like? I know it looks terrible, but I'm just trying to... Where does she... Where the hell is Raducanu in the draw? Okay, Raducanu, Sakkari, Zhang, Alexandrova. About right? We'll put her in about right. She probably... I mean, look. Do we put Alexandrova here too? Because if they beat each other, like one of them wins, the other one loses, then it doesn't really... Like, we've got Badosa and Mukova here as well. If they lost in the first round to one another, it's about right? It's a 50-50, so I think we both put them here. Alexandrova losing to Raducanu wouldn't be as big of a shock. No more than a shock than Raducanu losing to Alexandrova, right? I mean, both of them losing to each other, it's a tough first round. Castella. Now, this is weird because I don't think we've talked about her for months. Castella is in the bottom half with Gauff. I think Castella could be an upset. She might not make it to the third round. Castella about right. I'll put her in about right. Now, Swiatek's a favourite, even though she hasn't played on grass, and I know I said that all about Collins, but I think Swiatek is a favourite. I don't think she's not a dark horse, and I don't think you can put her anywhere else. I think she is one of the favourites, and she's got to be up in the favourite category. Early upset for Swiatek. I mean, okay, Chad, do you want to go there? Look, I'm leaving it to you. We can put her in early upset. If you want to put her in an early upset because you think she's going to lose before the second week, I'll let you decide. I don't think we can put her in the middle. I think it's either early upset or favorite. Like, her making it anywhere else, I mean, loses before the quarters, that would be an upset. Then again, if she lost to Ostapenko, it would be about right. Okay, let me just think here. Realistically, is she going to win Wimbledon? Probably not. But if she lost in the fourth round, we'd probably be like, yeah, okay. Quarterfinals, yeah, okay. Anything earlier than that would be an upset. Anything further than that would be put her in the favorite category. She's not reaching the quarterfinals. Too much on clay. She's favorite, definitely. Rarely wins back-to-back slams. If she faces Penko in the quarters, it would be a fourth round. Okay. How's Gauff a favorite? Because she has a good draw. Is Swiatek a dark horse? I mean, I think we got to put her in about right. I think her and Pegula. If Pegula's not a dark horse, then how can we put Swiatek anywhere close? Like, Swiatek making it to the second week is about right. If she loses in the fourth round of Penko, that's about right. We've seen it a million times. If she lost to Collins, that's about right. If she lost to in the third round, maybe an upset. She's probably going to make it to the fourth round. Maybe the quarters. See, like, the thing is, Swiatek has got no grass court form. Pegula does, and we're not putting her in dark horse? Like, how are we not putting Pegula in dark horse and if Swiatek's there, then? Like, we got to put Pegula in dark horse if Swiatek's a dark horse. Because Pegula's at least got some grass tennis. They should both be dark horses. And I know someone in the chat was like, we can't put top 5 in dark horse. Well, you can on grass, because Swiatek on grass is not a favorite. Whereas Rybakina and Sabalenka on grass is a different thing. Gauff on grass, we've seen is a different thing. Or at least Gauff on faster courts, right? Best opportunity was last year for Swiatek. All right, we'll put them both in dark. Okay. Remember, dark horse is surprised if they win, but wouldn't be the craziest shit in the world, right? Surprised if they won Wimbledon. Swiatek winning Wimbledon would be a surprise. I think we can all agree on that. If she won Wimbledon, that would be a surprise. That would be a shock. We would be like, oh, wow, Swiatek wins Wimbledon? That was not expected. Same with Pegula. I think that is where we put them. I like that. Jabeur winning Wimbledon would be a nice surprise, right? Because she's been so close. Keys would be a surprise as well. Like, it would be like a... You know what I mean? I read Twitch chat. What's up? Navarro! Let's go with Navarro. She is... Ooh, she's got a tricky draw. Osaka, Azarenka, Pliskova, Gauff. Navarro. Losing in the second round of Osaka would be about right, or an early upset? Would that be an upset if she lost? I don't know. Would her losing be an upset to Osaka? It won't be an upset. It's about right. I'll put Pegula at early upset. I have a feeling she's not going to go far. Okay, fair enough. All right, we'll put Navarro in about right. Pavlyuchenkova. Pavlyuchenkova has got Townsend in the first round and then Zhang in the third round. Where do we put Pavlyuchenkova? Pavlyuchenkova early upset? Okay, about right. And then Azarenka. I feel like Vika's a tricky one because she's got Stevens in the first round, Pliskova in the second, Osaka or Navarro in the third. She's got a tough draw. Surprise run for Vika? Where? How? How does she get out of her draw? It's pretty scary. Vika seriously needs slice? Okay. Surprise run for Vika. How? She's got a nightmare draw. Like, she's got one of the toughest draws out of the seeds. You think she's going to beat Gauff and make the quarters? I mean, she's got... I mean, maybe she didn't have to play half the killers, but I think she's got a... She has a terrible draw. She gets past Stevens, she then plays Pliskova. That's not easy. Yeah, Vika's got one of the worst draws. Tough draw with Serpbot, so it's an upset. She won't go far. There it is. That's okay, chat. Now you've got to tell me. This is the fun part. What should we change? Do we need to change anything? Do we need to change anything? Do we need to change anything? What do we... Give me some changes that we might need. We're going to do this for the men's draw as well in a second. Men's one will be a little easier. The women's draw is always so hard because there's so many ridiculous players that could do crazy things and also lose. It's a lot more volatile. Sabalenka to early exit. Andreescu to make a surprise run. It's good. Palini surprise run for me. Jaber's a favorite. Dasha surprise run, come on. Hey, I'd love that. Actually, you know what? I'm happy with that. I think if Sabalenka lost to Vekic or withdraws, Dasha makes the quarters. And that would be a surprise. And that would be a great run. And I'm gonna put Dasha there. Let's go. Dasha's making a surprise run. Let's go. We'll put her there. Especially if Sabalenka goes out. No, I am being biased. I don't care. Coco not the favorite? So where do we put Coco then? Okay, so we put Coco here then, right? I like that list. I think that could work. I think Gauff, if Gauff won Wimbledon, it would be probably as surprising as Pegula and Swiatek, but also it wouldn't be like out of this world, like ridiculous. It wouldn't be Vondrousova levels of winning. Like, I think Gauff winning Wimbledon would be a surprise. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world, but it would also not... It's not expected. We're expecting Rybakina and Sabalenka to win. Like, they're the two favorites. Anyone else who wins, it would be a surprise. I think I like that. I could agree with that. Bolter is a dark horse? I mean, I like where Bolter is. I think surprise run is good. I'd be surprised if Gauff won. Well, there you go. That should be it. Naomi is taking it. She might go on a surprise run. Everything okay? So number 1 and 2 in the world are dark horses. Yes, because Swiatek on grass is not expected to win. Like, you got to remember, it's like this is not the French Open. Like, the 1 and 2 in the world, I mean, Novak Djokovic is injured. When we get to the men's draw, we're probably not going to pick Djokovic as a favorite because of the knee, right? Just because they've got a high ranking doesn't mean they're good on every surface. You know what I mean? Like, Swiatek winning Wimbledon is at this stage is crazy, considering she's got to potentially play Rybakina to win. She wins Wimbledon, it would be a surprise. Even though she's number 1, her winning on grass is a shock. Now, if this is the French, obviously she'd be a favorite, but it's not the French. Remember that. This is not the French Open. Are we happy with the list, though? Are we happy with the list? Everything good? I like the list. I think it's a good list, and we're going to keep this list. Men's list. So I've got the top 32 seeds and a bunch of others. Obviously, all the seeds, you know who they are. We'll go through the list, though. We've got Tabilo, Tsitsipas, Humbert, Echeverry, Baez. We've got Zhang, Berrettini, Wawrinka, Djokovic, Alcaraz, Tiafoe, Hashanov, Draper, Jarry, Hurkacz, Navone, Manarino, Grigspor, Cerundolo, Korda, Shelton, Struff, FAA, Musetti. We've got Medvedev, Fritz, Monfils, Runa, Paul, Fokina, Bublik, Sinner, Thompson, Rublev, Dimitrov, Demonor, Shapovalov, Murray, Rude, and Zverev. That's our list. We're going to start with Tabilo. This is going to be interesting because Tabilo, we'll change this. Tabilo just won a title on grass. Coffer withdrew. Thank you, Dutchy. Appreciate the update. Where's Tabilo? Tabilo, Fritz, third round. About right? Look, does he lose to Fritz? Probably. Remember, Tabilo lost first round of the French Open, let us all down. So don't think that form in the week before is anything for Tabilo. He lost first round of the French after making it to the semi-finals of Rome. So don't think that he played well last week, it means anything. He'll lose to Fritz, I think that would be about right. Tsitsipas. Now, if Tsitsipas lost a quarter in the third round, that would be about right. If he lost in the first or second round, Steph, that would be an upset. And if somehow, by some way, he makes it to the fourth round or further, it would be a surprise. Early upset for Steph? Dark horse? What do you mean? Tabilo a dark horse? You're kidding. Early upset, he will lose to Ruusuvuori. I think he's going to lose the quarter. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm saying I don't think he's going to lose. I think about right. He'll get to the third round. He'll probably lose in the third or fourth round. I think he'll get through the first two rounds. Okay, God, Humbert, who has Shevchenko, Brody. He's got a good draw, but also is very untrustworthy. Humbert has the tendency to flop, but also has the tendency to do some crazy shit. Early exit, about right. So about right. Let me just go through what that would look like. So let's say he lost to Thompson in the third round. That'd be probably about right, considering the form of Thompson lately. If he lost to Alcaraz in the fourth round, that'd be about right. But losing in the second or first round would be an upset. Remember, he's got Alcaraz in the fourth round. So if he gets through Alcaraz, that'd be a huge surprise. All right, we'll go with about right. Okay, Echeverry. Echeverry has got Djokovic in the third round. He's got a pretty good draw, Echeverry, but unfortunately his grass tennis is not. He's got Nardi in the first round. Now, does he play Djokovic or does he not get to Djokovic? That's the difference, I guess. Echeverry about right, okay. So we're expecting him to lose to Djokovic in the third round. He'll lose to Djokovic. Now we've got Baez. This is a tricky one because Baez on grass, I don't even think I've seen that. He's got Nakashima in the first round. What about Baez? Early exit, early upset. Yeah, I think we got to put Baez in upset. I know losing to Nakashima, maybe not an upset, but it's probably a 50-50 in the betting, and yeah, I think Baez losing is an upset. Not that he's expected to do much, but I also think that the rankings come into factor a little bit in that one. All right, Triple Z. God, Triple Z's a tricky one. Because he's got Struff in the second round, Medvedev in the third round. And then if he goes past that, it'd be a surprise run, I think. Where's Triple Z going to go? Triple Z could have a surprise run. I'm actually I'm not against that. I could see Triple Z making it to the fourth round and be a little bit of a shock. Like he beats Medvedev again and makes the fourth round, plays Dimitrov. I wouldn't be opposed to him making a run. He's been pretty good on grass. Had a good run in Hella. I think Struff. Beating Struff would be a bit of a surprise. Maybe he's not getting past Struff. All right. Well, you guys say okay. Well, for the record, I thought Triple Z might be a surprise run. So if he makes the fourth round, remember this day. Berrettini. I think Berrettini losing to Sinner in the second round is about right. I don't think Berrettini's beaten Sinner. If he was playing Alcaraz in a third round, maybe, or second round, maybe. If he was playing Djokovic, I don't know. He ain't beaten Sinner, though. I don't think he's beaten Sinner. Now, Stan is a strange one, because Stan on grass is not a thing. He's got a wild card from the UK in the first round, then he's got maybe Monfils or Mannarino in the second. What about... Stan losing in the first round, is that an upset? Yes. Second round, no. Stan's probably about right. All right, chat, this is the toughest one of all. Novak Djokovic. This is going to be a tough one. Djokovic. Where do we put Djokovic? You could probably realistically put him in three different categories. He's either a favorite, a dark horse, or an upset, which would be kind of crazy if he lost in the second or third rounds. But I reckon Djokovic this year is a dark horse. If he wins Wimbledon after 3 weeks after knee surgery, it means that he's beaten Sinner potentially in the final. He's beaten guys like maybe Hurkacz, maybe a guy like Rublev or Fritz, or he's beaten a lot of guys with a leg. With a one leg. He's got a knee problem. He's played no matches in best of 5 since he's been operated on. I feel like a dark horse. If he won, with all the shit that he's done in the last couple of weeks, surgery, that would be a surprise. Considering what has happened, it would be a surprise. It would be one of the greatest runs and recoveries of all time. If he was healthy, he'd be a favorite. I think he's a dark horse. Like, him winning would be a surprise. It's kind of like Swiatek, right? But not with the injuries. But, like, if Swiatek won Wimbledon, you'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But also, like, really? She beat Rybakina and Sabalenka? That's crazy. Djokovic this year, I feel like, is the same thing. It's like, if he beats Sinner or Alcaraz to win Wimbledon, you'd go, whoa, okay. I didn't expect that. And that's why he should be dark horse. He's not I don't think he's in the favorites, because there's only 2 guys in the favorites, and that's Alcaraz and Sinner, and Alcaraz is the favorite. Because those 2 guys are going to be playing the final in the semis, I think. Just like the French Open kind of deal. Tiafoe. Big foe. This is a tough one for foe. Because Tiafoe has got injuries as well. And he's got a Naldi in the first round. I feel like we're going to put him early upset, right? Yeah. Foe could lose in the first round. He's also lost his mojo in the last couple of months. He hasn't been the same this year. Very tricky. All right, Khachanov. Khachanov. Now, I don't think Khashanov's done much lately. I can't remember. He was injured for a while, and then he came back and hasn't been doing great. He's got Karatsev, Eubanks, Rune to potentially start the draw, and then Djokovic. So losing in the second or third round would be about right? I mean, a surprise run would be, going on to make the quarterfinals. And if he lost to Eubanks, considering Eubanks last year made the quarters, I don't think that'd be super weird. So I think about right. He's probably going to lose, if he lost in the second or third round, whatever. Ooh, Draper. I feel like I know what everyone's going to say for this one, but I'm going to let everyone say it, and then I'm going to put him in where I think we're going to put him. Draper has got Zverev in the third round. He's got Fritz in the fourth round, potentially. Draper, where do we put Draper? Where are we putting Draper? If he beats Zverev and makes the fourth round, that would be a surprise. Surprise run to the fourth round because he's got Zverev, the number 4 in the world. If he beats Zverev, that is a surprise. I reckon he can do it, though. I reckon Draper can go on a run. He can make it to the fourth round, and if he does, we'd all be surprised. All right. I knew most people were going to say that. All right, Jarry. Jarry's a weird one as well. He's got Shapo in the first round. And he's got Shelton in the third round and then Sinner in the fourth round. It's a weird one, Jarry. Where do we put Jarry? Jarry about right? Or early upset? Yeah, I mean, he's sort of down the bottom. Yeah, I mean, he loses to Shapo. He's got to probably play Sinner in the third round in the fourth round to make it about right. Because if he loses anywhere before that, it's probably an upset. If he lost to Shelton right now, Shelton's not been playing well. Shapo in the first round would be an upset on paper because Shapo hasn't been around that much. I reckon he might lose early, which is wild because in the draw bracket we had him somewhere else. Let me see what he's doing against. Is he like the favorite against Shapo? No, Shapo's the favorite, so it wouldn't even be an upset if he lost. Shapo's the favorite. Weird. So then it has to be about right then, because if he loses to Shapo, it's not an upset. So he loses before the fourth round, and if he beats Sinner, that would be a huge shock. Hurkacz. Where are we putting Hubie? Where are we putting Hurkacz? Because this could go in there's a few places this could go. Where are we putting Hubie? As a dark horse? I reckon he is. I reckon he is. I reckon he's a dark horse. I reckon Hurkacz, especially with the Djokovic knee situation, I reckon it might be up there as dark horse. Is Hurkacz good on grass? He's okay. All right. Dark horse it is. Now, Navone. I got no idea if Navone can even play on grass. And I don't even know who he's got in the first round, but I just don't expect him to do anything. He's got Sonigo first round. I would be surprised if he was even the favorite in that match, considering... but Sonigo's can be also a weird player too, can't he? Yeah, I don't trust Navone. Navone is an $8 underdog. What the hell? I mean, we got early upset. We got to put someone there. It's an upset based on rankings, but it's not really an upset at all. In fact, Jarry would be a bigger upset than Navone. So it's probably about right. Actually, you know what? We'll just put Jarry here too. Otherwise, Navone, out of all the seeds, is the most likely to lose, according to the betting. He has got the worst first round ever. And that's... Yeah, I don't think he's played on grass before. Maybe that's why. Mannarino. He's got Monfils in the first round. Early exit. I think so. I think he's probably going up early upset. It's probably a 50-50 with Monf, too, by the way. Like, it's not like... He might be the underdog. Monfils might be the favorite, but... Yeah, Monfils is a slight favorite, but Mannarino could win that match, but I think that's it would be an upset. It would be an early upset for him. Greek Spore. Greek Spore, third round against Sinner. Third round against Sinner. He probably loses to Sinner, right? Probably loses to Sinner. It's probably going to get to a third round and lose. And that's about right. Cerundolo. Fran. Now, Fran is in the same section as Hurkacz. So, Fran making the third round would be about right. But he's also got Mahatch in the second round and also Safiullin in the first round. Upset? Wow, okay. Fran's going to lose in the first rounds, according to chat. Interesting. Surprise run? I mean, you'd have to beat Hurkacz to get to the fourth round would be a surprise. All right, what about Korda? Sebastian Korda. He's in the Zverev... No, he's in the Tsitsipas section with Rublev and Musetti. I feel like there's some potential here. Surprise run. He's been playing good lately. Sebi with a surprise run. I'm all for that. I don't think he's a dark horse. That's a little much. But I think he could go on a run. Tsitsipas goes out. You know, he takes his spot, beats Rublev in the fourth round, makes the quarterfinals, plays against Fritz or Draper or someone. That's a surprise run. I'm for that. I'm all for that. Ben Shelton. Shelton's a tough one. Because he has no proof of level right now. He's not playing well. Grass courts, and he's not adapting to the grass like we expected. Shelton losing early. I mean, he just lost to a qualifier last week. He'll lose to Baloo. Okay, yeah, he's in a bit of a look. I think we all just went Ben Shelton, big serve. Andy Roddick, big serve. Andy Roddick, grass tennis. Ben Shelton, grass tennis. When that's not how tennis works. Like Shelton probably put a lot of effort into playing on clay this year. But one day he will be good on grass. He just hasn't figured it out yet. And his form shows that. Struff. Where the hell's Struff? He is in the Medvedev section. Where do we put Struff? Surprise run? I mean, if he takes Medi's spot and makes the fourth round, that's a surprise. I don't know. All right, everyone saying surprise run. We'll put him in surprise run. Struff could make a run. We'll put him up there. That is a tough one, though. I agree. But it is a surprise run for Struff. We think he could go on a bit of a run. Gets through Medi and makes it to the fourth round, maybe even quarterfinal against Sinner. I mean, Struff, maybe he does that. FAA. Felix has got de Minaur in the third round and Hurkacz in the fourth round. I don't think FAA is getting through de Minaur and Hurkacz. I don't think he's losing early though, because like FAA Kokkinakis, I don't know if that's. I mean, I don't think he loses to Kokkinakis. He loses to de Minaur. That's probably about right on grass. I'm gonna put him in about right. Ooh, Musetti. This is an interesting one because Musetti is in the same section as Korda. That kind of openish section, which has I can't find it. It has Zverev and Tsitsipas, Rublev, Korda. Musetti. Surprise run? I mean, if he can beat Rublev in the third round, makes the fourth round, that would be a bit of a surprise. Early upset, I mean, that could also... I mean, that's the thing. Korda and Musetti, it's either early upset or surprise run. I don't think there's any in between. They don't do things half and half, right? They're either all in or all out. You think he loses to Rublev, though? Does he lose to Rublev? Or does he... He beats Rublev? Third round Musetti, surprise run. Okay, we'll put him in about right, but I have a feeling he could be surprised. He could make a run, but I guess we'll put him in about right. We'll be safe. Ooh, Medvedev. Medvedev's such a tough... I feel like everyone's going to say he's going to lose because we all think Struff's going to do well. But don't worry, we can say that Medvedev's a favorite too. I mean, if you think. Medvedev's draw is a little awkward. If he loses to Dimitrov, it's about right. If he loses any earlier than the fourth round, it's an upset. Medvedev a dark horse? He'd have to beat Sinner in the quarterfinals. And then Alcaraz in the semis? And Dimitrov in the fourth round? And then Struff in the third? I mean, that would be a surprise run. I don't think Medi's a dark horse. He's got a nightmare draw. He's got probably the worst draw in the top five. Medi about right. I think if he loses to Dimitrov, it's probably about right. I think he beats Struff. I know we said Struff's surprise run, but remember, this isn't not... We're going individually, so if he makes a good run, that's great. Medvedev, about right. I think, I don't think he's going to make the semis or the final, but I think he probably loses midway through the tournament. To one of those names. Fritz. Ooh, Fritz is a good one. Fritz has got an interesting draw as well. Because he's in the Zverev section. Draper, Zverev to Billow. Draper, Zverev to Billow. And that's about it. Fritz is a dark horse? Or is he a surprise run? Would it be a surprise? He is the favorite in his section, though. And then if he made the quarterfinals, he would take on Musetti, Korda, Rublev, or Tsitsipas. Maybe he is a dark horse. Because his section is so good, and he just won a title, and he's probably the best player in that section. And he's in the most form. Fritz a dark horse? Surprise run is very much on the cards. Would it be a surprise if he made the semis? Chat, would you be surprised if Fritz made the semis? Would you be shocked? If Fritz made the semifinals of Wimbledon, would you be like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming? Oh my god, that's crazy. Would you say that, or would you be like, yeah, okay? Because if he makes the if you're surprised he'd make the semis, then it's probably a surprise run. But if you're not surprised he's making the semis, then he's probably in the one of the dark horses. Because if you think he's going to make the semis, then he's a chance of winning, right? It wouldn't be a surprise. Okay, so it's not a surprise run. And I don't think it's about right, because about right would be fourth, maybe a quarterfinal. So he's probably a dark horse. And if he won the whole thing, we'd be surprised. But he's probably got as much of a chance as he's probably got as much of a chance as Hurkacz, right? I guess. Anyways, we'll keep him there for now. Monfils. What about Lamont? Monfils has got Mannarino first round. Also, Monfils, I think, is injured. Remember that. He had an injury last week. I think Monfils is probably losing to Dimitrov third round, right? Yeah. He's about right. Ooh, now we've got some really tough ones. Rune. Where do we put Rune? Where do we put Rune? He's got Djokovic in the fourth round, Hurkacz in the quarters. Where do we put Rune? Early upset? Really? Okay. I mean, look, his form says early upset. You're right. What, does he lose to Kwon? Who does he lose to, though? Does he lose to Kwon? Does he lose to Jubb? Does he lose to Eubanks? I feel like Rune could go on a surprise run, though. That's what my brain was thinking. I'm like, holy shit. Like, it would be such a surprise. Him making it to the semis or the quarterfinals. This is the type of Open that Rune will excel on. Probably loses to Eubanks. If Novak isn't 100%, he could make it. Yeah. Rune is bad. All right, thank you, her. We'll see you later. Rune, even dark horse. Why not? I think... I mean, it would be a surprise if he made it to the second week, based on his form. Based on his form. God, are we putting faith in Rune, chat? Early upset in your opinion? His legs give out? Yeah, but this is grass. Maybe a surprise run? On second thought, surprise run sounds about right. He could beat Novak. Yeah, like I said earlier, I think that, like, the only reason Rune is going to be, like, excited for Wimbledon is to play Djokovic in the fourth round. Rune is not good in 5 sets? What do you mean? His record's pretty good in 5 sets. He's won a lot. He's won a few 5 sets. Also, this is grass. It's not. If this was clay, his legs would fall off. But I feel like Rune is one of those big stage players too. Like, his Grand Slam record is probably better than the rest of the tournaments, right? So he's made it quarterfinals last year. He made the French Open quarterfinals twice in a row. He made the Australian Open fourth round last year. I feel like Rune just likes playing on big stages. He's a big stage player. And I think that he will want to play. He was terrible before the French Open and then played Zverev in a 5-set epic in the fourth round. Like, he just seems to, like, play well. It's like, okay. Enough about... You know what I think he's going to be. But what do you guys think? What do you guys think? About right? Okay, we'll put him in about right. If he lost to Djokovic, okay. We would be like, yeah, whatever. Now, Tommy Paul's a surprise run. I think he could go on a shot. And it wouldn't be a massive surprise, but it would still be a pretty good big surprise considering his draw. He's got nobody. So wait, hang on. So if he beats Bublik, that'd be a surprise. That'd be a tough match. Navone and Ruda in his section, though. So is it a surprise? Is Paul a dark horse? You got Paul in dark horse status? He beats Alcaraz to play Sinner? Is he a dark horse? We normally doesn't play well after a win? Okay. You put Paul in dark horse status? Paul and Draper in the same status. Okay. Mentally tough. Okay. He could be a surprise run, Rune. I think so. Early upset for Paul. Surprise run, Rune is fine. Okay. Dark horse for sure. All right. Hey, look, we've got to make some bold predictions. Let's chuck him in there for now. All right, what about Fokina? Fokina's got quarter in the first round. I feel like it's about right. If he lost a quarter, it wouldn't be an upset. Bublik. Bublik's an interesting one. Now, Bublik has got Paul in the third round. Menzik first round. Bublik could lose first round. I mean, he could be early upset, but I mean, he should lose to Paul in the third, and that would be about right. Change Shelton to surprise run. No, too late. All right, we'll put Bublik in about right. Sinner's a favorite, so that's easy. Oh, Thompson. Okay, Tomo. This is a good one. He's unseeded. What about Tomo? Tomo's in a nice part of the draw too. He's got Humbert third round, Baez second round maybe, Kotov in the first, Alcaraz fourth round. Tomo making the fourth round unseeded plays Alcaraz would be a surprise. Like that would be a bit of a surprise, considering that there's guys like Humbert who can play on grass, Nakashima who's been okay on grass. Like if he's able to make it to the fourth round, that would be a bit of a surprise run. But is he gonna make it to the fourth round? That's the question. Sinner in the favorite or early upset due to the number one curse, okay? Tomo, I reckon he could be a surprise run. And play a fourth round. Remember, he's unseeded. That's what makes it a little bit different. What about Rublev? Whoa. Rublev's one of those tough ones as well, right? He's like in the middle. Like Rublev could be great. Could be not so great. He's got a weird kind of draw. I mean, he could lose to Musetti in the third round. It wouldn't really be an upset, but also it's like Rublev quarterfinals. I mean, he could make it to the quarterfinals. He has got a pretty tricky draw, though. Like, his draw is not easy. I feel like about right is... I mean, we can't really put him anywhere else, because if he makes the quarterfinals, that's about right. If he lost in the third round of Musetti right now, that'd be about right. I don't think he's losing first two rounds. He's probably making it to the third round. He's probably not making it further than the quarters. Or maybe yeah, I think it's probably about right. I feel like Rune and Rublev are not the same, though. I think Rune's got a better chance of having a surprise run than Rublev. Like, Rublev has to do more. He has to make the semis to make it a surprise. Rune, I feel like Rune... Again, I'm going to campaign for this. Rune, if he made the quarterfinals, beating Djokovic along the way, that would be a massive surprise. Considering how bad he's been lately. Rublev making the quarters would be just another slam. And we wouldn't be surprised. I don't feel like they're the same. But then again, Rune could lose first round. I think he's either here or here. You have quarter in a surprise run, so Rune would sound wrong. Yeah, but Rune and quarter making the quarterfinals would be a surprise, both of them, because of their draw and also because they are a little unpredictable at times. Rune is unreliable, though. He could lose out of nowhere. Yeah, exactly, but that's what make it a surprise. All right, Dimitrov. Dimi's got a good draw. Dimi versus Sinner in a quarterfinal. He beats Medvedev to do it. Would that be a surprise run if he beats Medvedev? Probably not, right? It would be about right. He never surprises us. Okay. We'll put him in the middle. What about de Minaur? Alex de Minaur has got an interesting draw. Because he is with Hurkacz. Now, if he beat Hurkacz to make the quarterfinals, that would be a surprise run. Could Demon make the semis as a surprise? By the way, everybody who says de Minaur's making the semis and beats Djokovic, you watch the Andy Roddick podcast, make your own minds up, stop copying his predictions. John Wertheim said that. I watched it too. So make your own minds up. Don't just copy him. But what do you reckon about Demon? I reckon he's probably about right. He's not beating Hurkacz. He's probably losing in the fourth round, which is about right. He's not going to lose before that, but he probably won't pass Hubie. Chapo. Where is Chapo? Chapo. He got Jarry in the first round. Shelton in the third round. Fourth round, Sinner. If Chapo played Sinner in a fourth round, that would be a surprise run. Are we putting Chapo and Thompson in the same category? If Chapo beats Jarry, he probably he plays Sinner in the fourth round then. Chapo is a dark horse for fun? No, let's just be realistic. Early upset? It's not... Well, look, he can't... If he loses first round, it's not an upset. He lost to a seed. So, I mean, we wouldn't call it an upset. Jarry losing to Shapo would be also not an upset, I guess. So maybe Jarry should be here anyway. So if we got them to I think Shapo's here, though. I think Shapo fourth round, it could happen. It depends on that first round, but then he plays Sinner and loses to Sinner. I reckon Shapo's going on a run. Shapo's surprise run. Let's get it. Oh, Casper Ruud. Dark Horse Ruud? Hello? That was a terrible joke. I feel like the next couple of picks are interesting. Alex the Dark Horse? Nah, he's not. I love the man, but he's not in the, he's not. I don't think he's going. He's not Dark Horse. Not at the moment. Maybe US Open, but not right now. It would be a bit of a surprise if he beat Hurkacz. And I don't think he will. Rude surprise run? No, okay, come on. What about Murray? Look, Murray's going to lose early, and it's probably about right. It's not a surprise if he lost in the first round. He's injured, he's hurt. It would be a surprise run if he made it to the third round. And he's not going to. So he's probably about right. All right, we're finished with Zverev. Zverev's a tough one. Because Zverev is not a grass guy, but his draw is a little awkward with Draper and Fritz. Where do we put Zverev? Zverev hung over by the French Open final. He has played since then. He made a semi. If he lost to Draper, would that be an upset? Maybe. Zverev said he's going to win it all. Okay, so if he doesn't win it all, it's an upset. So I think Zverev losing to Draper would be an upset. Because of the ranking and also because of the experience levels, I reckon Zverev's going out early. Because if he lost to Draper, that would be a shock. Considering that Zverev is way more experienced. And the rankings are a lot... Like, Draper's not known for his winning Grand Slam tennis. Because if it's a surprise that Draper makes it to the quarters or the fourth round, it's a shock that... it's an upset that he beats Zverev then, right? I guess. Because I think we all expect... chat, where do you think Zverev will... What do you think Zverev's going to do at Wimbledon? Where do you think he's going to... realistically, what round is Zverev going to lose? Is he going to lose to Fritz? Is he going to lose in the quarterfinals? He's the number 4 in the world, so he's the top 4 guy. If a top 4 guy loses in the first couple of days, or the first week, that's an upset, right? Like a top 10 guy losing in the first week is an upset. Doesn't matter if he loses to a guy who's playing better than him right now. It's like the number 4 in the world losing before the quarterfinals is an upset. Yeah, so if he should make the quarterfinals of the fourth round. Okay, so if he loses to Draper in the third round, that's an upset. So we'll keep him an upset then. If he lost to Fritz, I think that'd be an upset too. You know, considering that Zverev's experience level's better, right? Now, chat, do we need to change anything? Do we need to change anything? I like it. I don't mind the list. I don't think it... I mean, Rune is an interesting one. There's a couple of... It's strange to see some faces there, but I can understand. Medvedev's an upset as well. But we think Medvedev's going to lose to... Well, who do we think Medvedev's going to lose to? Dimitrov. So that's not an upset. If he loses to Dimi, because Dimi... We thought Medi's going to lose to Dimi, so... Or Dimi lose to Medvedev. Like, they're next to each other. Like, they're the same. Like, they're probably going to make the fourth round quarterfinals. Like, that's about right. Everything's good. Draper, dark horse? No, he's not. Upgrade Rune to surprise. How is Manarino an upset? Did you see him play this year? I mean, he's playing Monfils first round, so I mean, maybe it's about right. There you go. You happy? Medi needs to move up to what? Medi's not beaten Sinner, though. Like, he's not going to beat Sinner, though. Rune can surprise. All right, Rune surprise. I agree. Rune surprise. I'll put him up there. That's fine. I'm happy with that. Rune surprise. Rune surprise run. I think if he does well, everyone's going to be shocked. Because everyone's expecting him to be terrible. I think that's good. Fokina is out of the tournament too? Oh, man, that sucks. So many withdrawals. That's crazy. Well, we'll keep Fokina in about right because he's not there. Actually, no, we'll move him. Early upset. So wait, quarter play. Okay, so it doesn't change quarter. Quarters draw. Where do we put quarter? Where's quarter? Yeah, there. That's fine. Yeah, it doesn't change our tier list. It's fine. Quarter's going to play... Oh, going to play Pericat. Okay, that's cool. That could be a fun match. I don't think Zverev should be an early upset. All right. Why? About right is a good place. For Zverev? But what do you mean? Like, what are you referring to? Djokovic Dark Horse is weird. Yeah, but he has a bad knee. That's why. Like, Djokovic is not... like, if Djokovic was healthy, right, and if he didn't have the knee question, right, it's a question mark. I wouldn't call it a problem until he starts limping. But Djokovic winning Wimbledon this year with after knee surgery would be insane. If you look at, like... Because I know he said, like, oh, hey, I talked to Fritz. Fritz, when he got knee surgery in 2021 and then he played Wimbledon, he lost in the third round. Now, I know Djokovic isn't Fritz. Djokovic is better than Fritz. But also, Djokovic winning the tournament would be kind of wild. You know what I mean? Like, that would be insane. After 3 weeks after the knee surgery, he just won a slam. Like, I'm not expecting Djokovic to do anything at Wimbledon. If he takes it past if he beats Rune, Hurkacz and makes the semis, that would be insane. For me, I'd be like, holy shit, Djokovic is on one leg, he's kicking these guys' ass. Why is Paul a dark horse? Because chat said so. So ask the chat. If Zverev doesn't make the quarterfinals, it's an upset. There you go. All right. I think we're good. I think that's good. I think that is a good list. Thank you, everybody, for helping with the list.